from Melanated Podcast, where we shed light on Black creatives all over the DMV. Today we're here with Mary Abimbola, and she's going to be letting us know a little bit about Bimbola Designs.
Hi. Hello. So basically, my name is Mary Abimbola, founder of Bimbola Designs. Bimbola was established in 2019, where I was making custom bespoke pieces, tailored made to different people. I was making dresses, jackets, pants, all the types, everything. So lately I decided to go into athleisure and swim. And that launched last month in February. It's been going exciting. It's been different. It's a different adventure. I use a lot of African prints, a lot of bold colors, a lot of bold prints in my designs. I think that's what sets me apart in a sense of I make it traditional where anybody can wear it. It doesn't matter where you come from, who you are. I kind of try to make it tailored to everyone, make it inclusive.
Okay. So my first question to you, now winding down from the fashion show.
Yes.
How have you been from there?
Okay, so the fashion show was, it was nice. Honestly, I didn't get a chance to actually see my own show. I just saw the videos and I saw people were posting, and it never really sunk in the aftermath of it, the effect of it, because it was I spent months preparing for this big show, and then when it kind of ended, I was like, oh my god, I was like, this is it, the moment is here. I was like, oh, that's it, and but people were like, it was amazing, it was great for a first show. I was happy with it. I enjoyed having different models, different body types. I had a deaf model, I had somebody who was transitioning, I had different skin colors, I had different sizes, and I felt like I was able to accomplish what I wanted to show, because that's what Bimbola is, inclusivity and having different kinds of people that represent my brand.
All right, so tell me a little bit about how Bimbola Designs got started. Why did you even decide to go into the fashion realm, and what were you doing before, if you were doing it?
So basically, I actually started designing when I was in college. I can't remember much about my high school, but I feel like I started really dressing up when I was in college. I think I had a little more freedom. I also, maybe because I come from a very strict immigrant religious background, so my mom was always monitoring everything I wore. You can't wear this is not okay. So throughout high school when I was living home, I was kind of in a box.
Reserved.
I couldn't really express myself. So when I went to college, I was like, yeah, rebellion. So I started dressing up the way I want to dress, and I started wearing more colors and everything. And I was in school for nursing at the time, and I remember I'm not sure if I can be stuck wearing scrubs for the rest of my life. I find it oh, I don't think this is a career for me. Also, I hate blood. I hate sorry if you're sick, but I hate being around sick people, all that stuff. So I was like, oh, this is not a good idea. So then I asked my mom for a sewing machine. My mom had a sewing machine, and she's like, no. So I bought my sewing machine from Joann's, and that's when I started watching YouTube videos and copy pasting what I already have, tracing out outlines and stuff like that. And then it started. I was like, wow, I really love this. I really have a passion for it. And I just kept going with it. I did struggle a lot between going the healthcare route or doing the fashion thing, but I know I'm happier. I'm the happiest when I'm dressed, when I'm me, I feel that's more me. So that kind of started creating this, maybe I could turn this into a career, into something I did. I did work in public health for a little bit, actually ended up getting a degree in public health, and I did work in public health for a little bit, and that's cool because I'm also passionate about health, but it was having to I don't know, I wanted something different.
Okay, so how was it telling your parents
about me?
Scratch that, I'm doing this instead?
It was not easy. It was not easy at all. My parents were like, no. Even after I graduated with with a degree. I was like, this is what you wanted. It's still like, ugh, no, like you should go get your MPH. That's what's next. And then maybe a PhD. And I'm just like, oh God, like, no. And so I battled with them a little bit. It was like a little tension in the family.
So what was the moment for you that you're like, scratch this. I know that they might be disappointed, but I'm going after my visions. What was the moment you decided, okay, I'm going all the way in?
But I feel like after I graduated college, I was like, I've given my parents what I wanted. Like all this time, I even took a couple of years of college just to tell my parents I don't want to do this. Like I tried to be like, I'm gonna apply to fashion school and just try to navigate, my thoughts and my ideas. And then I went back and I was just like, I got this degree for you guys, not necessarily for me. And after I graduated and they wanted me to keep going on their path, I think that's when I actually put my foot down. Like, no, this is not gonna work for me. Like, you either support me or that's it. So I think after I felt like I've given them what they want, like part of what they wanted, I wanted them to compromise with me and also be like, okay, this is your life.
Yeah. So what do you find most fascinating about the prints and everything that you designed to bring together Bimbola Designs?
Ooh, that's good. What I find fascinating about the print is just like how different it is, how unique it is, and also how different prints, especially in West African culture, means like different ethnic groups. It's like it's not like you can identify different ethnic groups by their prints. So it's kind of like a way of life for us.
Yes.
Right? So wait, I was
about to say yes. We get it.
So it's kind of like a way of life for us. And I was like, well, this is interesting. I feel like a lot of people don't really know. I mean, thanks to Black Panther, people started wearing like the shikis and stuff, but that's not.
That's not the African print that we're looking for.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, I need to bring this to the forefront. Like I need to, because when I even learned, my mom was like, yeah, you can make clothes for my friends, my Nigerian friends with their parties, and that's good. Like African people when they party, they dress up,
we go all out.
That's so good. But I was like, no, but I want to like open it up.
Yeah.
Right? Like I want to open it up. So I think having a print and having people be like, wow, this is different, and try to wear it in a more contemporary, modern way would attract like different people and then also younger people. So that's why I use like the prints to do more modern styles and stuff. So.
Okay, so piggybacking off of what you said and taking that, from having your recent fashion show and having different models of different ethnic backgrounds, cultural backgrounds, just different modes, how do you feel like you have educated them in understanding African prints and designs?
For this athleisure especially, I think like a lot of people have not seen African print in that kind of sense.
Okay.
In like athleisure sense, and like, oh, okay, I can make a leggings out of this, I can make this, because we're so used to like the regular fabrics, the cotton fabric. So when actually a lot of my models were like, whoa, like they were shocked too when I was like, oh, this is what you guys are gonna be wearing. They're like, this is nice. They were like, wow, this is so good. I was like, oh my God, thank you. They're like, thank you. They're like, wow, this actually like hugs your body and makes you. They talked about it being comfortable, all the stuff. So I'm like, yeah, they haven't really. I feel like a lot of people have not really seen like African fabric used in that way, used in a more relaxed feel and not necessarily like dress up to go out. So I think I guess they know now that that it's possible to have that. Also like. They also know like, being Nigerian, participating in a fashion show with Afrobeat music. That was my choice, and they had to like learn the count, the beats, all that stuff. Kind of invest them in the culture a little bit. So it's kind of me sharing my culture with them.
Okay, so how has that been for you as well? Especially because you are now a designer with that strong African background and reinforcing it in your fabrics. How has it been to kind of just share that with the rest of the world and get them to understand, like, no, this pattern means that you're from this ethnic group, or this pattern means that you're from this tribe, and this is how we do things on our tribe and our side. Yeah, I know that if they wear this fabric, oh, okay, they're Yoruba, they're Igbo, they're this, they're that. How do you even get, like, hold it in for people that first they can understand the concept and then be proud of what they're wearing and say, okay, I know this fabric is from this pattern is from this.
You know what? That's such a good, that's a good question. And I feel like I am working on it, on like teaching people the different fabric type. Like some of my fabric, I use like kente fabric, which is mostly of Ghanaian heritage. So like I always make sure when I even like post it on my website, post a picture to let them know, okay, this is a kente fabric. I don't know if they, like a lot of them know, but I think I should start being like, this is like Ghanaian, this is like not necessarily a Nigerian fabric, or like it's not a Yoruba fabric. You know, like even with Yorubas, Igbos, it's like different. Yeah. There's different things, but yes, I'm working on a way to kind of educate more people in that sense, because people just feel like when they wear that, you know, that the shiki, they're like, oh yeah, we African, we're this African. And I'm like, first of all, it's a big continent, okay? We don't all dress the same. So I'm trying to educate them, like, okay, first of all, this is like Western African, and this is Ghanaian, this is Nigerian, this might be Mali, this might be Benin, you know, like. So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping as the brand grows, I can like name. I also want to change my website in the sense of naming the outfits. Based on where like the fabric, the regions and things, giving it a name, and that could associate with like the countries of the fabrics I use as well.
Yeah, just to educate more people about like where it comes from, because I found that really big, especially being of African heritage. You know, a lot of times they see Africa as like one country, and it's like, slow it down, guys. Let's take it step by step here. This is a continent. And every country has about over 100 different ethnic groups. Right? And then we have 100 different dialects on top of that. So you don't know who you're finding from where you're finding it. If I'm from Ivory Coast, if I'm from Cameroon, please don't ask me about something from Kenya. I do not know. No, I don't know. Let's go find a Kenyan and ask them together. Because I'm just about as lost as you. But you know, I feel like that is really good to bring the conversation to even kind of hone it into what you're doing and bring it into design. So what, as the designs that you just launched, what would you say is your personal favorite that you were keeping your eyes on? You're looking at its growth and you're like, I know this is gonna pop.
You know, it's funny because I don't know, because I go back and forth between the swim and the athleisure pieces sometimes. I mean, I feel like I personally gravitate more towards the athleisure pieces, which I'm still working to perfect, because it ties into like my lifestyle of like being healthy and my health background as well. Like having that like go hand in hand, I feel is more home to me. So I would say out of my athleisure piece, which is my favorite? I like the bike shorts, the leggings. I would say those. I run in my leggings, and I run in my shorts. So I feel like I'm able to do activities like high impact activities like running, and also looking very cute, I might add, while doing it. So I love the leggings I make, and now I don't know what specific fabric I would choose, because I love most of my fabrics. So
what fabrics do you use for the shorts and the leggings?
I use like spandex fabric and like lycra fabric. So this is like spandex fabric. Some of the lycra fabric are actually sourced in Nigeria and brought here, and I find both breathable and like, you know, stretches and comfortable. You can do a lot with it. So
girl, you know what the one question the girls want to know, is it see-through? That's what everybody wants to know.
It is not. It is not see-through. through at all. And like that's also one thing about the quality of the fabrics I own, because like no matter how much you stretch it, you still see the print. Even like with my Bimbola, you were at my fashion show, you saw like the Bimbola elastic band, kind of like how Adidas, Nikes have the elastic band around the waist. People were like, wow, because we've bought things where we wore it once and it stretched, and like you can't see the writing on it anymore. You can't see. So I really tried to like search for like quality items where you can still retain, like it still retains like the print that you get. So it's not see-through and it's quality.
Right, let them know, girl. But now that you have said that, how is it like as a designer sourcing different items, the manufacturer behind the scenes process of getting the fabrics together to even get the outfits mass produced to get it launched?
Honestly, some of them are like sourced from like a wholesaler here, and like I said, like with Nigeria, I just tell them to send me a picture on WhatsApp. They send me pictures. Sometimes they send me videos from the market, and then I tend to pick what I would wear or what I like. So that's kind of like a shot in the dark sometimes, because sometimes I'm like, oh, geez, I didn't even like any of that. Like you trying to keep looking, but it's so difficult telling somebody else to search for you, whereas you know what you want, you can get it. Also, like with this first launch, I'm kind of testing out what print works well, like what are customers ordering more of than other ones, so that's kind of like, okay, from there I can get more of this. Like, okay, this seems cool, this seems nice, but it's still also good to experiment with new things. But like, I just love bold, bright things.
Bold is your thing. And you guys, if you guys are looking for some bold colors, bold fabrics, tap in. This is a beautiful, beautiful brand, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about how to get it together and get in the fashion world. So let them know, really, how is it growing as a fashion designer, and now that you're in the fashion industry, like the troubles that you have to face, the challenges that you have to overcome to even be in the position that you are in.
Ooh, well, yeah, I feel like making it in the fashion industry was very difficult. It was very difficult for me to navigate how to get into the industry, right? Like, because I'm just like, I don't know what to do, because me, personally, I just want to create. Yeah, that's it. But people are like, well, you can't have a business without making money, right? So I struggled with that sense of it. Like, I went back and forth of like, because like, really, believe it, like, DC, DMV. People tend to be more neutral, toned down. My husband and I explored moving to Miami. We love colors there, Like, people tend to be more toned down, basic dress, like office work wear. So I struggled with that. I was like, well, my art or money, like, and I know like I would not be happy making something
mundane.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, what's the point? I might as well just work regular and not be happy. And not be happy, and like force myself to do this. So that's why there's been such a gap between 2019 to like now, struggling and trying to decide. And I felt kind of lonely. Like, I felt like I didn't really know any other designer in DMV that was like doing, like reaching out, like doing outreach to other like up and coming people and things like that. So and then I met Lauren, my business coach. She actually was one of my first client. She bought a few things from my bespoke outfits. I've made her custom outfits. And then she decided to do this whole like business coaching thing. And then I was like, you know what, fine.
Let's work together.
Let's do it. So she kind of like taught me like how to get this out there, how to make it a business, because I was just so stuck on being creative, because that's just the mind I have. Like, I get so pressured, I get so much anxiety when I'm pressured to make money, when I'm pressured to like, because then I'm like, damn, I still don't want to charge people too much. Then you're just like, it's just a lot.
So how is it now that as you're growing, you get that business coaching, finding your worth in the space to be able to charge a certain rate and to actually stand beside what you're charging?
Ooh, well, I feel like I'm worth what I charge, because I put a lot of thoughts, like a lot of a lot of like this just doesn't pop up and I'm just like do it.
Mhm.
You know, I put a lot of thoughts. I make everything like from the pattern. It's not bought pattern. Like I didn't buy this patterns from Joann's or Amazon or wherever. I actually like make the patterns myself, custom like and make them myself, cut it out, measure it specifically. And I remember like one of your questions was like, oh, how do you make for like different sizes and stuff? And I just make different sizes, like different patterns for myself, handmade. The only time I use the machine is actually like just joining the fabric together. So everything from the beginning to the end, it's all a human process and it's me. And I feel like, well, this is a lot of work that I'm putting into this. So, and also again, the fabric is quality. I make sure everything I get is quality and good. So I'm like, well, like I'm gonna stand behind my prices. I'm gonna stand behind my prices, and it literally took me a long time to finally call myself a fashion designer because I had imposter syndrome. Because I'm self-taught, right? So I had imposter syndrome. I never went to FIT, you know, I never went to Pratt Institute. I literally just started sewing from YouTube, then went home to apprentice, back to Nigeria to apprentice with my mom's friend who showed me how to do this pattern drafting and things like that from scratch. And that's the skill I have. So, so basically as a fashion designer, I just recently got comfortable calling myself that. Lately.
No, and how has that journey been like for you? Because I know a lot of us in our community struggle with imposter syndrome, knowing that we have a craft that we've done for so long, or we're really good at, or even just getting our feet wet in it. Mm-hmm. But we're afraid to call ourselves what we are because we don't feel like we're worthy of that title yet. And we're like, no, we have some more uphill climbing to do just to say, I am who I am, this is me, this is my brand. So how has that journey been like for you to even get to the point where you are Bimbola the fashion designer?
Yeah, again, it's been a struggle. I didn't want to call myself that. You know, like my friends would be like, oh my God, my friend's just a fashion designer. I'm like, no, I'm not. And they're like, what? Like, you've sewed this, you've done this. And I feel like I just stopped feeling the need to prove to people. I was like, I'm gonna get it out there. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I've proven to myself that I am a fashion designer. I can create. I've put in the work. I've like studied this. I've learned this. And yeah, I make mistakes, you know, like everybody makes mistakes. And somebody once told me, wait, hold on. Let me think about this phrase very well. Somebody once told me, don't let great get in the way of good.
Oh, amen.
So amen. Yeah. So if you're good, like do it. Just do it. Whatever way. Like you don't have to be perfect. Like I'm always like a perfectionist. Like I want everything to be like all the time perfect. And somebody then told me that. No, don't let great get in the way of good. Like, you know, do it. And it's funny to me because again, like, you know, ordering stuff from Shein, ASOS, all that stuff, and I'm just like, God, this is like the seams are busting, like this is bad. Yeah. And I'm like, you're selling this to millions of people and they're making billions and I don't want to call myself a designer. I can make something better. There are people who have had my clothes since 2019. When I go out with them, they still wear it. And I'm like, the zipper's still intact, everything is intact. And I'm like, why am I not calling myself a fashion designer? So no, like, don't feel that way. Like, believe in yourself and just keep going. Just start somewhere, keep going.
You know what's interesting that you said that, and that's one thing I might add, especially about our culture. A lot of us have handmade clothes from different seamstresses and tailors because that's just our culture.
Right.
Every event that we do, every event that we have, we make custom pieces. We go to the tailor, the seamstress. Yes. If you are African, you have handmade clothes at home. Period. But it's just like those pieces last us for 20 plus years. I've known some pieces that my mother has in her closet that she had since before I was born. Right. And they're still there. But these artists or these creatives are low level. You know what I'm saying? They're in the village. They're in the town. And they have zero light shining on them on the fact that they have made perfect clothes. Right. It's perfect to the point where you can literally say perfect.
Right.
They know, if they look at some clothes, they know what is off about it, what the designer did wrong when they made them,
Right.
how can you improve the seams to make it long lasting, how you can do different tints to make sure that it doesn't get lost in the wash,
Right.
the colors, and you know, just kind of learning from, like you just said, the cultural background of being African to consistently make clothes, because that is a big thing of the African culture, making clothes. Like, how do you know now, like actually putting your culture on a bigger platform to say, these are our designs, and I'm mixing old with new, traditional with modern. This is how I'm going to sell it, market it, and then combine the business. How are you now doing that?
Well, okay, so being Nigerian, again, there's like a lot of seamstress, a lot of tailors, and I just got tired of comparing myself to a lot of that because they make beautiful clothes, they make beautiful dresses, and I was like, okay, all right, which direction do I want to take this? Because that market, there's a lot of markets for like beautiful dresses, beautiful gowns, and it's nice. But I'm like, you know, I barely go to a gala, so I barely go out to like parties where I would need a long dress or anything. So I decided to then go the modern way and be like, you know, I do like mixing jeans with African print. You know, like I like mixing leather with African print. That's something different. That's something unique that I don't really see. Maybe I'm just blind to it. I don't want to see it, but that's what I think it's mine. So that's how I actually started with the bespoke stuff, and that's when people started noticing me, like in DC. And I used to do so for like ballroom competition, in the LGBTQ community, and that's how I got into that scene of like making, like experimenting with. Usually, I feel like a lot of Nigerians would not technically wear some of the stuff I've made. That it's not as traditional. No. It's more it's just more contemporary, and I was able to experiment with new audience, with new people, and I was like, oh, okay, I think this is where I want to go. Like, I don't necessarily want to like market to only Africans. You know, I mean, it's great. I am African, buy my stuff, but but I also want to market to like, you know, people who have not experienced this world, like this new thing of, and that's when I was so proud that I think back in 2019 as well, I made custom pieces for 5 guests at an LGBTQ wedding in Miami. And it's like, as a Nigerian designer, I never thought like those people, like they would be my clients. You know, like I never experienced, you know, like I never expected it. I never thought that they would, I don't know, that they would be interested in wearing African print. But then I think about it, I mean, they love colors. It's like the rainbow color, that's the sign. Like, so I was like, okay, yes, like this is another avenue for me. And I think that really broadened and opened my horizon to like establish myself and market myself as a designer that has different demographic, different audience. People who are comfortable with colors, and you know, people who are trying out colors as well. So that's how I'm able to like just mash that up into Bimbola and not go the traditional route.
Okay, so how? Now you talked about the creative side. What about the business side? As you grow as a Black woman in business, girl. How has it been with the growth, and how do you see, like, what feedback that you now are receiving now that you have your launch, you did your fashion show, you're getting it out there, and you know it's still fairly new to you. How do you feel like you're growing as a business owner?
Well, I'm learning every day. That's one thing you do as a business owner. Even with my website, you know, I got like all this feedback and suggestions. So I've been trying to make that better, you know, like adding on. I actually, when I launched, I had no size chart on the website, so people didn't know. They were like, okay. Now I have a size chart. I have like what size the model is wearing, their heights, you know, like things like that. Like trying to like build the website a little, trying to and trying to navigate myself in the sense of like I tend to people please, and as a business owner, you know, Lauren, my business coach, has told me this: you can't like you need
Do
to
that. Yep.
you need to be more firm. You need to, you know, stand on business, like they say. But I'm always just like, I'm always so nice. I'm always like, no, this is okay. When you get to it, I'm supposed to know you need to do it now. So yeah, I'm the business world. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning about taxes. I'm like, damn, why did I learn this in school? I'm learning about like, you know, like even like putting in orders, like having a business account. It's all new to me. That literally all just happened this year. And it's we're the third month in the year. Yeah. So everything is so new to me. I'm grateful I had somebody like Lauren to help me. I do wish there was like other like designers in the DMV. Even like having a fashion show, I reached out to a couple of people and no one responded to me. So I feel like going forward, me as I grow, like as I get better, I would like to like have a community of like fashion designers or like up and coming people who wants to learn about this. Like it's not a competition, like we're collabing, especially like being a Black woman in the business world. It's so difficult to navigate. Yes. So you know, like I'm hoping to build that sense of like community, like, oh, you can ask me questions, you can ask me this, and I'll tell you like, oh yeah, this is how I did it, and this is what worked, this is what didn't work.
Okay, so now that you know that and you're looking to build a community of fashion designers, what do you look for in A, models, and B, designers when collaborating with them?
Ooh, good good questions. In models, I tend to go for people who are just like people who aren't afraid to be who they are. You know, like I want my models to exemplify the brand, which is just you being fearless, you being bold, and being who you are, and not like changing for anybody. Even with I've gotten critics about, oh yeah, nobody's gonna wear this because it's too colorful, it's too bright, it's too this. You need to tone down, you need to make a color, you need to. No, that's not. Then it's not for you then, right? Yeah. I mean, you can join later, but you know, like you get on board later. But you just have to, I'm not afraid to be who I am, and I'm not afraid I want people to also feel that way, like whatever you choose to be. So I look for that in the model. I want models that are like free and fearless, and I feel like I had some pretty cool models in my fashion show. Nice. So other fashion designers I would like to collab with, I'm open to like people with like unique and different ideas. I have a fashion designer that I'm thinking about collaborating with in the future. They make upholstery items, and you also make bags and embroidery, which
upholstery?
Oh yeah.
What's that?
Like upholstery. I think like furnitures.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what that was. Educate me.
They also make a lot of embroidery, and they were like, oh, we should collab with like the African print with like bags, like fanny packs, and like messenger bags with the athleisure stuff, so you can like go together. So different collabs like that, I'm open to it because it's obviously very different from what I do, but kind of goes well with as well.
Okay, so now that you have established your foot, know what you're looking for, how can people find Bimbola Designs?
Oh, hi. So you can find Bimbola Designs on Bimbola.design. Literally, I own every Bimbola.design. So the website is Bimbola.design, Instagram @Bimbola.design, TikTok Bimbola.design, Facebook Bimbola.design. So just Bimbola Designs. It's everywhere.
All right, lovely. And let people know, are you answering questions about how to become a fashion designer, how to get into the space, how to collab with you? Let them know what you do.
Yeah, sure. I will answer questions about how to be a fashion designer. I would like to share my knowledge of what I've learned so far in the business with new people, up and coming people who are they want to take it to the next level and make it a business like this. Yes, you can find me at Bimbola.design. I will answer your questions. What else is that? Sorry.
No, girl, I think you told them everything that they need to know. Y'all, this has been Bimbola Designs, and you already know it's Miss Melanated on Melanated Podcast, where we shed light on Black creatives all over the DMV. Like and subscribe for more content. We already in here. You already know. There you go.